Hello, everybody. This is JP with Heart Film Soul. Henry Cavill back as Superman. Ben Affleck possibly back as Batman. Gal, Jason, Ray, the Snyder cast returning, and James Gunn's DCU may be getting wiped off the board. That's what this new insider report's claiming, and we need to talk about what it actually means, what sounds real, and where I think this all goes. The article is titled Henry Cavill back as Superman, Ben Affleck possibly Batman, SnyderVerse updates. It's from the same writer who's been breaking all the recent Saudi Warner Brothers Discovery SnyderVerse stories. And the core idea is this: the Saudis still want to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Their end game is to restore the SnyderVerse and build a DC event that can rival Marvel at its peak. And depending on who actually ends up buying WBD, Paramount and Saudi backing, or Comcast with Saudi backing, Snyder still wins either way. So let's walk through what the insiders are saying, and then I'll share my own thoughts on James Gunn and whether I think he should be anywhere near Justice League 2. First, the big picture. Right now, it's a tug of war. Variety reported that Saudi Arabia is teaming with Paramount for a full WBD takeover. Paramount then came out and publicly denied that exact report. But the article basically says no matter how the deal structure changes, the bottom line is the same. The Saudis want Zack Snyder back, and they want the Snyderverse restored. If the Saudis back Paramount and win, Snyder wins. If they back Comcast and win, Snyder still wins. On top of that, there's a wild card: Donald Trump. Trump is reportedly backing Skydance Paramount. He's said to dislike Comcast's CEO. But Comcast has been positioning itself for a WBD bid by creating a separate company to dump the networks Trump hates, which might make a deal smoother. The article says Zack knows exactly what's going on here, and that's why he posted that Henry Cavill Superman image on Veterans Day, right as the White House announced a $600 million deal with the Saudis after a meeting with Trump. So you've got politics, Saudi money, and Snyder's social posts all lining up like signals. Then we get to the part every Snyder fan cares about. If the Snyderverse truly comes back, who returns? According to these insiders, Henry Cavill is back as Superman, Gal Gadot is back as Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa is back as Aquaman, Ray Fisher is back as Cyborg. When it comes to Ezra Miller, doubtful. So the key Justice League pieces Snyder fans love are on the board again, except Flash is a big question mark. The biggest unknown is Ben Affleck, but honestly I think he'll come back. Being cut out of the original ending of The Flash, all the drama with Justice League, I'm sure he just needs some assurances. The article says Affleck possibly returns as Batman, but they emphasize that it's a lot of work physically. Cavill feels strong, Gal, Jason, Ray feels strong. Now, what's the actual plan if Snyder comes back? Here's what the insiders claim. Snyder would return to finish his Snyderverse arc. The Saudi WBD deal has been in the works for a while, and it's supposedly a big reason Zaslav passed on earlier Paramount bids 3 different times. The Saudis want Snyder's storyline back to rival Marvel, the upcoming Avengers films. This is about building a mythic, event-level DC universe, not a small, quirky corner of DC. After Snyder completes his arc, the article says DC would likely reboot again, probably under Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdy, the current heads of Warner Brothers Pictures. So think of it like this: Phase 1, let Snyder finish what he started. Phase 2, clean reboot of DC after that. Now we get to James Gunn. Here's what the article says. If Paramount and the Saudis win, Gunn's DCU is basically toast. The insiders say Gunn would be forced out because of his divisive politics. They even point out that he didn't say anything on Veterans Day while he's in the head of DC Studios. They also claim Gunn's Man of Tomorrow is basically just the old Man of Steel 2 plan with Brainiac. Then they add a different scenario. If Comcast Universal ends up buying WBD, there's a real chance Gunn could actually team with Snyder for the Snyderverse return. One idea being floated: Gunn writes the Justice League 2 script using a treatment from Chris Terrio, and Snyder directs it. They pitch it as a full circle moment since both Gunn and Snyder started at Universal with Dawn of the Dead. Now, here's my personal opinion on all of that. I do not believe James Gunn is going to stay if Warner Brothers is sold to the Saudis. And honestly, I don't think he should. Based on how his new DCU has started and the reception it's getting, I don't see Gunn as the right person to shape the future of DC under new ownership. In my view, DC belongs back in Snyder's hands. If the Saudis are buying this thing to rival Marvel and build a mythic event-level universe, then let Snyder and his team tell that story fully. Even in the Comcast scenario, where the article suggests Gunn might write Justice League 2 while Snyder directs, personally, I'm not excited about that. If we're restoring the SnyderVerse, then I'd rather see Snyder and Terrio finish Justice League on their own terms, without Gunn's version of DC mixed into it. Where does that leave us? The Saudis clearly want a massive DC event, something that can stand next to Infinity War and Endgames in terms of scale and cultural impact. They reportedly see Snyder and Nolan as the bellwethers, the filmmakers who define where blockbuster cinema is heading. Snyder's already connected to Saudi Arabia through his UFC-backed Brawler project, and they supposedly love his muscular filmmaking style. If all of that is true, then the SnyderVerse is not just nostalgia anymore. It's the foundation for the next big comic book event era. But there are still a ton of questions. And what does Reboot Again look like after Snyder finishes? Do we finally get a stable long-term DC plan, or another reset button? Here's where I'm at. If the Saudis really are serious about building a DC universe that rivals Marvel, and if Snyder is their guy, then we are staring at a once-in-a-generation do-over. We could finally see Cavill Superman fully realized, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg back in a coherent arc, Darkseid and the full Justice League story completed on the biggest possible stage. But I want to hear what you think. Do you believe this report about Cavill being back and Affleck possibly returning? Do you want Gunn anywhere near a SnyderVerse comeback? And if Snyder finishes his arc, are you open to another reboot after that? Or do you just want this world to keep going? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me. If Snyder's work ever meant something to you, if Man of Steel, BVS, or Zack Snyder's Justice League helped you through a moment in your life, consider subscribing to the channel. This space is for emotional, big picture DC conversations, not just headlines. More SnyderVerse level deep dives are coming, and I don't want you to miss them.